open the story. In this session, we are talking about the theme, the message hidden beneath the plot. This is our guest speaker, Miss Liu. Hi, Miss Liu.
Hi, I'm very happy to be here.
Great. So let's start with a basic question. What exactly is the theme in the story?
Many researchers have clear explanations about the theme. Cook and his colleagues explain that the theme is the underlying message that the author wants to communicate through the story. In other words, it's the writer's opinion about life or society hidden beneath the plot. So the theme is more than just what happens in the story. It is more about what the story wants us to think, to feel, or even learn. I also love the metaphor from Izada Islami. She says the theme is like a string that holds the story together, connecting characters, conflict, and the ending. Without that string, the story would feel disconnected. So, when we talk about the theme, we are not only reading the events, we are discovering the bigger idea about life behind those events.
So the theme is like the heart of the story?
Yes, exactly. So a good way to think about theme is, what does the story say about life and the world?
I noticed you mentioned conflict. Does that mean theme and conflict are related?
Yes, they are strongly connected. If characters never face a problem, no challenges, no failure, no choices to make, they won't grow or learn anything. So neither will we. But if the characters face a problem, do choices, and it will grow. The theme often comes from what the characters learn through the conflict.
So without conflict, we might have some events, but we cannot take anything meaningful to take away.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so focused on the characters, conflicts, and endings. Now makes me curiosity is that what common themes are usually appears in the story?
Many, because humans, they often face the similar struggles. For example, the theme of friendship shows why we need people to support us. Good versus evil shows us the importance of making the right choices. Never give up encourages us to stay determined when life gets hard. Sometimes stories also explore who you are. Others focus on freedom or justice, showing why fairness is important in society. These themes keep appearing because it connects deeply with our humans' real-life experience and feelings.
Since the themes are hidden, can you tell us more about how to find a theme in a story?
Great question. We usually look at three important elements: the characters, the conflict, and how the story ends. These help us discover the message behind the plot.
So could you show us how to identify the theme?
Yeah, let's take the classic fable, The Boy Who Cried Wolf. On the surface, it is a boy who lies for fun and then gets into trouble. But if we look deeper, the boy lies again and again. People lose trust in him, and when he truly needs help, nobody believes him. So the underlying message, the theme, could be honesty builds trust and lies destroy it. That message, that opinion about life, that is the theme. Even though the lesson is not written directly in the story, we learn it by seeing what happens to the boy and how the other people react, which are the conflict and the result.
Wow, that shows clearly how conflict leads us to the theme. I like how theme can connect to real life.
Yes, that's why the theme is powerful. It helps readers reflect on their own experiences. When we understand the theme, we understand why the story matters.
That's a great point. Before we end today, could you give students quick tips for identifying a theme when reading a story?
Sure, ask yourself these questions. What problem do the characters face? What do they learn in the end? How does the story make me feel or think about life? Your answers will guide you to the theme.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing, Miss Liu. And that's all for today's session about Open the Story. Keep your curiosity open and keep the story alive. See you next time. Bye.
Bye!